Hey, hello everyone. Welcome again to today's video. Let's take a look. We're going to start with Bitcoin again, and then we'll move on to, just kind of take a quick look again at kind of what happened in the market, S&P and the X. I want to show you some interesting stocks. I kind of got whipped around today a little bit, but it's all good. So we're basically continuing to move pretty strongly in Bitcoin per the expectation we've had as we were breaking out yesterday through the scandal right there above 110. And today we continue to accelerate, which is in line again with the expectation. So this is normal behavior from price when you look forward for a larger wave 3. So literally Bitcoin right now it's screaming from 114 to 116 pretty quickly, and I think one of the upside targets that I said yesterday is 123, where wave 3 will be pretty much 161.8 of this wave 1 in blue. Now the wave 3 in orange, let me see if I have fib targets on that. I'm gonna zoom. I'm gonna make this higher because I think I did, and it was probably we were looking for that 100%. Let me see. Yeah, 3v1, and that 3v1 it's right there at 88%. Let me see. No, actually, I'm wrong. For this wave 3 in orange, we're basically at about 147. And then I think I have the this one, which is purple, that's at 165. So anyway, you can kind of see the targets in here. They don't really, I don't know if they're going to hit exactly or what have you, but these are just like fib projections that I use when I'm looking for upside targets and try to kind of stay patient on a trade until at least some of those levels get hit. So you're looking at about 100%, which is kind of a minimum target, and then you're looking at 161.8, and then from there on out you kind of it's cherry on the cake as per se. So it's acting well. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing after a 1-2-1-2, and then you also have another small 1-2. So let's see if it can push all the way up there to about 123. Now, if you look at the monthly, just from a pure price action perspective, this looks pretty as well. And then if you go to a 3-month, which I've talked, I don't even know, maybe about a week or two ago when I presented this chart, I said there's nothing wrong here. It actually looks very good with the 3-month, with the quarterly close. Right up there and right at the new highs and looking strong. So, I mean, if you look at this, there is not a lot of room, to 145, and then there's not even a lot of room to about 200. So, okay, let's not get too excited here, but things are definitely, looking upwards for Bitcoin, and we'll see. We'll continue to monitor for failures, but for right now, this, this looks pretty. I mean, I can take a quick look at Ethereum as well. I don't know if I have the wave count. I don't think I prepared the wave count for you guys. I can try to, do this live a little bit. So I was looking for, last time I looked at it, I was looking for the wave 5. So I think that happened right there. And then I was looking for the wave 4 next, which was probably this guy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 5. Which should be higher than this wave. So you see, just like I showed you before, you're not going to get exact. Let me just kind of go back, right? I mean, look at my projections. You're not going to get exactly, where you place your labels, but you know what to look for, what's coming. So you know that you're going to get into a wave 5, then you're going to fall into a wave 4, and then you're going to go again. So that's the idea in Elliott Wave. People are trying to be way too precise and way too exact on these, and it's, literally just a little bit of a roadmap. So okay, wave 4. So now, it's possible that this wave 2 red, it's complete. If think about this, right? So I'm just going to take a second. What if I'm mistaken and Bitcoin continues to rally, and instead of me expecting a wave 5 next and a wave and an ABC pullback, what if this wave 4 was here, right? And then the top of this wave 3 was here, and then you had some kind of a flat no, sorry, this 4 here, and then this right there, and then this is a wave 1. Okay, so see how this changes, and now, obviously you will get an ABC. And where is wave 2? Let me see if I can grab it. Right, like that. So now if I go to a weekly, it could look very simple like that. 1, 2, and now you're beginning another wave 1, going 1 and 2, and then trying to break with obviously with further confirmations above those levels. So it's either this, right, or wave 1, it's still being worked out, and then you're going to have a wave 2 pullback. Now we got to put this in the context with Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptos. Both of them are fine, and both of them suggest higher prices because you're basically looking for this wave 3 in blue, right, for much for much higher in Ethereum towards 5,000, 10,000 eventually in the years ahead. But I mean, I did a video on Ethereum, like the road to 10,000, where I think I go in a bit more detail and I explain this stuff. But I mean, listen, don't take my word for it. Just kind of follow along and see, let me know what you think on this. But I think it's this is definitely a possibility here. All right, so let's take a look at kind of what happened in the markets really quickly and see where that stands. So Bitcoin does good. Now the S&P also did about 27 basis points, closed at the high, which is fine. Not a lot of activity, but it's also not doing anything wrong. So there's nothing to do here but continuing to stay the course and just watch it and just remain long. And the X, they shit the bed a little bit and it pulled down, but it recovered. Nothing wrong. I think there were some areas on the market that kind of got hit. One of them being this kind of security stocks. One of them which I own, and that kind of pulled back. So I will take a look at that. Mags here looking good, like they're trying to go, and then semiconductors, they're still fine. Look at the RSI, just beautiful trend. There's no reason to fight this because you're just going to get your ass handed to you because there's no signal to turn yet on it. So there's nothing to do. And then Dow Jones, this is fine too. And then IWM, this was strong again, 50 basis points. At some point was I think almost to 1%. So this continues. I'm continuing to remain along this index. I like it. So have at it and see how that goes. Now that we're above all the key moving averages. So without making this video too long, let me jump over to this platform in here where we can quickly take a look. The futures are still closed, so that's fine. So here I talked yesterday about Tesla and my short on Tesla, which I smelled that it was kind of wrong. So this morning Tesla moved higher. I'm like, I gotta take the hit and just get out of there. Fine, we're probably up into these levels. Tesla might look interesting again for a short, but we'll leave it alone and take a look later. ANAT, gosh, this one flushed lower, and I'm like, I think they're just retesting this zone, which is exactly what they did, and then they pull back. So I'm happy with it. Usually I don't do a lot of it until the close of the day, unless, especially on things that I'm long and that I have patience with, like on shorts is a little bit different. But on something like ANAT, I'm fine. So we'll continue to kind of keep that along. Now look at this guy. I didn't even have time to do a whole lot. I'm just looking at the numbers and I didn't have a stop in place. So I am kind of down on it about, I think about 5%, 4 to 5% on this. I'm buying a little bit more here into the 50-day moving average. Why? Because I continue to like this and not as a trade, as more of a possible hold, right? I don't want it to become a forced hold, but what it is, it's basically on the weekly time frames. I'm very confident in this, and we're continuing to trend. This could be very simple, just a simple flat with the C wave, and then a few days from now we could just be making all-time highs. So we'll see how this behaves. If it's struggling a lot, and if it's not responding higher, and then I'll just probably take my loss, and I'll probably leave it up to 7%, 8% maybe, as a stop from my entry. When you talk about how much of your account you have in it, that's a different story, right? That's everybody, can put like a 0.5% or 1%, 2% of your account, whatever, depending on how you want to build your positions. But that's a different story. So anyhow, this is on Palo Alto Networks, and then Pays. This one I shorted it this morning right there, so I'm doing good on it. You know why? I mean, look at the RSI falling, and then he broke the trend line. And this guy was a pretty big screamer. Um, I mean, it went from $2 to like $8. Come on. So I'm going to be looking for ways to milk this on the short side, maybe to 660 or so. We'll see how this works there. And then Aeva, it's another one that I've reshorted. I shorted here, got stopped out, and I'm shorting again on a break of the 20. But you see how well it's holding, so I'm looking for it to fall down. And then I reshorted HIMS. I was short, covered over there. And now I'm shorting it again into the 20 and the 50-day moving average right there. I think this looks like a nice ABC. If it goes and closes back above these levels, I'm going to have to get out of there. And then Amazon, I'm still long, and this one, this morning pulled back this way. I'm like, what's going on? Left it alone, and here we are. So anyway, just for those that care, I just kind of give quick updates on kind of what I do in my positions and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm really gonna keep an eye on Bitcoin and see kind of how this continues. Let's see how it looks here on stock charts. 115.830, looking good. And then let's put up a weekly time frame. Yep, nothing wrong, just this nice bullish engulfing right there. That's the signal on the weekly time frames. And of a 20-day, of a 10-week moving average, when you got a bullish engulfing like that, that's a signal that the market gives you, and it says, I'm ready for more upside. And that's how I like to look at the weekly charts, because they do give a lot of information if you know kind of where to look. And I mean, look at this candle right here, right? That's a sign to buy a Bitcoin. And even if I would not have the benefit of hindsight, however you take it, that is a sign to kind of try to buy. Now, so was a little bit, this guy was a little bit short in there, and he didn't overtake the high, but this guy kind of took it, right there. I think it's a bit lower, but anyway, that was a good sign. So, the thing is, if it doesn't pan out, you got to get out, right? So you got to know, hey, maybe the correction runs a little bit deeper, because it can always fail. Like this one could have failed with another black candle, and this could have happened, and then instead of going up, you would have had a more extended correction, and then you would have gone. Sometimes the market does that. So anyhow, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.